Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway World over here on the Broadway Podcast Network, now on iHeart and Spotify as well. I'm so excited about our next guest because, listen, I know this clothing brand. They have a lot of people that follow this clothing brand, everybody. If you go to social media, there's a lot of people who follow this clothing brand. And my sister-in-law actually told me, go to zerowastedaniel.com, told me about them. She's very fashionable. I'm like an Old Navy. She is a hoity-toity fancy person. So then I get an email that there's a Golden Girls collect. And if you're watching this, that means you're either a gay or a gay adjacent person, because why else are you here? So if you're here, this is the clothing line for you. It's brand new. It has launched. You need to go to the website and you need to buy it, zerowastedaniel.com, or go see the store. I love this collection so much. Zero Waste Daniel is here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I am so obsessed with this design and what you did, because you took the love of the Golden Girls but made pieces that honored them in homage to them, but in the most fashionista kind of way.
I mean, we had to update it for 2025 and celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Golden Girls.
40 years. I can't believe it. I was a little gay watching them on Lifetime, in sixth grade.
Yes.
And now they live forever. Every generation seems to have fallen in love with the Golden Girls.
They really have. And, little plug, it's all streaming on Hulu and on Hulu on Disney Plus. So if you're a fan, you know where to find it. And if you're not a fan, now's your chance.
Now is your chance that you can check out the Golden Girls if you've never seen them all. No excuse for not being able to see.
There really isn't.
They're all out and about. So tell me, and here we got the plug for all streaming on Hulu. All the ladies, join them over on Hulu and get the whole thing. So tell me a little bit about what Zero Waste is and how you came up with this idea.
Well, Zero Waste Daniel is a clothing line that I started because I wanted to shop here and I wanted to work here. The idea is to take leftovers, fabric, materials, all kinds of findings from the fashion industry and turn them into fun, fabulous, wearable works of art. And they're all made here in New York City, and everything is gender free. So no matter who you are or how you express yourself, you are welcome to shop here.
So wait, when you say zero waste, you literally mean like this is material that you take and then they're made individually by this material that would have been wasted otherwise.
Yeah, so we take factory and designer scraps and leftovers, and we turn them into our signature patchwork and mosaics, and we cut everything up and splice it together and turn it into like its own brand new thing. And this collection is all inspired by the Golden Girls. So it's sort of broken into two parts. There are pieces that represent the show and what we love about the four ladies, and then pieces that represent each individual character. And there's a little something for everyone. We have our star hero pieces, my handmade mosaics, roses, St. Olaf varsity jacket. And then we have things like the banana leaf wallpaper and the sofa print that are a little more chill. They don't scream Golden Girls. And then we have our most accessible pieces, our tote bags, our zipper pouches, our hats that are one size fits all, under $100.
There are pieces that are here that are under $100, and then there are I have some pictures of some stuff. If you don't mind walking us through some.
Not at all.
Designs. And then you can get all this information at your website, which is zerowastedaniel.com, or we could go to your store.
Yes, we have a store in the Bushwick neighborhood of Brooklyn, right off the L train. I'm at 257 Verrett Street. And for the next 3 weeks until August 17th, we are a complete Golden Girls x Zero Waste Daniel store takeover. So it is chrome and wicker and rattan and palm leaves and all the yummy pink carpet that your heart can desire. We have Easter eggs for super fans to find in the store. We have all kinds of fun things, and you can try and buy the collection in person.
How did you come up with this idea? And then do you have to ask people to do this? Like, is this...
Oh, you need all kinds of permission. There is a real contract in place. This is an official collaboration, and the Golden Girls is doing a tremendous amount to celebrate this milestone, 40 years of the Golden Girls. And I am humbled to be the designer chosen to do a fashion collection inspired by their legacy.
That's how long have you worked on this, and how long does it take you to come up with designs?
We have worked on this collaboration for almost 7 months, and it has been a labor of love. Many of these pieces are hand sewn by me in my studio. And to come up with the designs, I've been watching this show since I was a child. I used to watch with my golden girl, my grandmother, and she's an artist. She would paint in her home studio, and I would try and make art, as a 5-year-old sitting with her. And then as an adult, I revisited the show and have been loving it. It's like a warm hug, I would watch it as my nighttime go to sleep, wind down kind of reruns. And then when this opportunity came around, I'm inspired by so many different things. There's Miami in the 80s. There's the faces. I love to do portraiture in my work. And then there is an entire style guide that Disney came up with of icons of their faces and different images, like the Golden Girls Bowling Club logo that inspired the bowling set that is embroidered with Dorothy's name on it. So there's something for everyone in the collection.
What I love about the collection is that you can see my brother, the straight one out of the two of us.
Okay.
My straight brother loves Harry Potter. Whatever. Okay.
Sure.
So he goes to like Universal, and I know there's problematic Harry Potterness for I get it, but my brother goes to Universal and he likes to wear Harry Potter ties and Harry Potter stuff that you have to be a deep Harry Potter fan to know that he's wearing it. And then when he's home, he wears his Gryffindor t-shirt and nerds out. What I love about your collection is there's pieces that you can play homage to Golden Girls and wear to work or wear out in the street or go to dinner. And the people that know will know. And then you can buy the pieces that are full-blown Golden Girl extravaganza.
Yes, exactly. And that is, I think, style, fashion, it's something very personal, right? So if you're not a labels person, there's something for you. And if you're someone who needs it to say Golden Girls on it, we got something for you too. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. And one thing that I'm particularly proud of is that I think this collection is very giftable. We all know the superfan. There's someone in our lives who just loves this show. And so if you're like, I got to have a piece, I have a birthday or a milestone coming up, or this is just a moment that we have to celebrate, there's something that you can get for whoever the person is in your life.
ZeroWasteDaniel.com. Let's take a peek. Here's some pieces that firstly, your store is a tourist attraction in and of itself.
Thank you.
I mean, we have some pictures of what you guys have done in an homage to the Golden Girls and their look and the style. I feel like I'm like in the lanai out there in Miami, ready to see all of the beautiful work that you've done. That's a part of the experience as well as visiting your store as well as the merchandise.
Absolutely. So the store is filled with vintage furniture, accessories. Those are also for sale, all sourced from the 80s. And if you are in the New York area, it is a really fun place to visit. And like I said, for the super fan, there are some Easter eggs hidden throughout the store to reference different episodes.
I'm now you got me wanting to like come over. I'm in Detroit right now, but I'm going to be in New Jersey the next week or so. I may have to make a trip over.
Broadway and the Golden Girls, what could be better? It's all right here in New York.
It's all right here in New York. Exactly right. Okay, so I have some of my favorite pieces that I pulled pictures of. I'm taking more pictures while we're talking because I'm just obsessed. Can I show the whole club? I mean, everything is something that you need to see. You talked before about the St. Olaf jacket.
Yes.
So when I got the press release from your people, the hook for me after I saw Golden Girls was I said there's a St. Olaf's varsity jacket, and there is, with the homage to 40 years of the Golden Girls. Tell me a little bit about this beautiful piece.
I wanted something that would represent each of the girls, and I just thought, how funny would it be to see Rose's St. Olaf varsity jacket? So this photo shows the back of the jacket with this signature St. Olaf and 40, which is the anniversary we're celebrating, but it also has some patches on the sleeves, a herring, Minnesota with a star where St. Olaf is, and on the front it's embroidered with Rose's name. And as a special Easter egg for the wearer, on the inside jacket pocket is the official 40th anniversary logo of the Golden Girls. And you can see more photos on my site.
They're all up there. You got to go to the website and check them out. And I love what you did with the famous patterns that you see throughout the show, things like this. I mean, it doesn't say Golden Girls, but if you know Golden Girls, it says Golden Girls.
Right. That is Blanche's boudoir right there. And, everyone, whether you're a Blanche, a Rose, a Dorothy, or a Sophia, everyone can look fabulous in this tracksuit. And there's 2 different matching set options. You can do it with shorts or with pants. You can break it up as separates, or you can wear the full set. Zero Waste Annual is all about outfit dressing. I want you to look and feel like $1 million, but it shouldn't cost $1 million, and you shouldn't have to think about it. So just grab and go.
You know what I love about what you do is that, like, take the I didn't look at all the sizes, but take the jacket, for example. Your jackets go up to a 3X.
Yes.
You're inclusive of, you don't have to be, smoking cigarettes and drinking water as your diet to fit in your clothes.
Right. No, we love all different bodies. So we want to celebrate you wherever you're at. And if you're big, small, short, tall, old, young, wherever you are on the gender expression spectrum, age, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from. We love giving people an opportunity to celebrate how they feel and what makes them feel confident. And it's not about, being a certain look or living a certain lifestyle. We want you to be able to participate in the mission of this brand and the celebration of these ladies.
I love it. I love it so much. Take a look at this piece right here. You have actually 4 different sweaters, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. So this is Rose's mosaic. It's a crop of an image of Rose. And I knew we had to do something with that signature beautiful blue eye. So I was really in love with this one. And with these topographical kind of heat map mosaics of the faces, I actually sew these myself in the studio. So they're produced in super limited quantities.
You how many hours a day do you sew?
I sew a lot of hours every day.
For real?
Yeah. And I know your show, you talk a lot about Broadway, a lot about performers. I love to do the thing, right? I'm not just sending a sketch off to a factory. I love to get my hands in it and make people feel with fashion the way our favorite performers and composers and choreographers and dancers make us feel on stage. So I want to make work that sings and moves even when it's at rest.
It is a piece of art. And you know what, when you think about art, we think about singing, we think about acting, people dance. I try to explain to my students, I teach it in high school here. I try to teach writing is an art form, as an expression.
Oh, of course.
And so is the clothes you wear and the style and the design. I mean, the details that you go into sewing and picking colors and fabrics and all of it comes into play. It is so beautiful. I am upset like this. I mean, can you be more Sophia?
Picture it.
Picture it. Sicily. I love this sweater so much.
Thank you. Yeah, there are moments of this show that even if you're not a super fan, you know them. I mean, the wicker handbasket, it's like so incredible. She's a style icon. The idea that she always had the purse with her, whether she's in her bathrobe or going to a funeral, it was so amazing. And we have to celebrate it. We have to think about fashion not as keeping up with the trends, but having a signature style. That's what the Golden Girls are. She had a look, and I love celebrating that.
My husband put picture it in our wedding vows. Like, he put picture it Sicily in the vows for a joke. I'm looking at this sweater. I'm like, oh, that is a good anniversary gift. They're not going to be here for Christmas, people. So if you know someone, you better get on the website. They're going to be sold out by then. So get on the website now, save them for that birthday, that anniversary, that Christmas gift. This is the collection. And then, of course, the homage to all the ladies are on the sweater with this just Miami extra little flamingo palm tree moment. So cute.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just had so much fun designing this collection. And when you get up close to it, you can see, the earrings, the bangs or the wisp of hair. It's very small details, and they are painstakingly crafted by hand here in New York City. And whether it's me sewing them or any of the talented workers who are part of my team, in a moment like this, when we're thinking about where we're going to put our dollars, what we're going to get behind, I really want people to know that over a dozen super talented New Yorkers are involved in the making of these pieces, and they're getting paid fairly to do it. And so that is a really important part of the mission of this brand.
that's like very, very important. And I know a lot of people are really specific and should be putting their money where their beliefs are and with people that they know are being treated right. A lot of times we go to big box retailers, we buy things that we know that there's a very questionable ethics that are done around the world towards people. Your stuff is all made right here in New York and with people that you have with you. And I know that your family, you guys are, you are the leader of the family. You're the brand.
Yeah, we are. It's the House of Zero Waste Daniel, and I'm so honored to be the mother. And here I am, and it's really exciting that with all the challenges that we all face in the world, whether it's our communities or our finances or people we love, or just knowing the greater issues that we're facing as a global society, it's empowering to have a moment where we can say we are making change. We are taking a discarded material, we're putting our time, our talent, and our vision into it, and we're making change. We're changing people's moods, we're changing the way they feel about themselves, and we're changing our community. And it feels really, really good.
Well, Zero Waste Daniel, I'm just excited. That means there won't be a Netflix documentary about you and the evil sewing room that you've had in the back of this brand that we see with some of these other iconic brands. Yes. I love the message that you have and this inclusiveness. I was looking at your aside where I'm going to show a couple more Golden Girls pieces, but aside everybody from the Golden Girls, if you're looking for swimwear, if you're looking for other clothes that are out for you to go on vacation this summer or this fall and winter, I mean, you guys have like your bathing suit. They're so beautiful. They're such art, and they're cheaper than you could get at Macy's, and and they're going to be something that you will not see all over the beach or at the pool this summer. Is swimwear, and again, it's gender inclusive, and so is swimwear one of the things that you've decided to focus on? How do you choose the projects you work on?
Yeah, I do what I want for my wardrobe. And then I try and make sure that there's something for everyone, even though my customers might not all look like me. So every different body type, every different, people who want to show their arms, people who don't want to show their arms, people who are tall, people who are short, there has to be an expression of the style for any type of person. Even though their mindset might be like me. And whether it's swimwear or denim or fancy dress up clothes, it can be anything. What I say is I specialize in best night of your life clothes. So don't you dare wear Zero Waste Daniel if you don't want compliments and attention.
Perfect. That is right up I'm sold. I'm done. Look, for less than $100, everybody, they have the tote bags, they have the hats that are available. I'm telling you, they are pieces that you can get that people can be given as gifts. So if you want the whole collection, whip out your credit card and go to if you want a piece that's to give to someone special or to keep for yourself, all of those different pieces are available. You have had a lot of celebrity. I mean, we love drag queens. We
do love drag queens.
We love a drag queen show, drag show, and the queens here on this show. So a lot of them have worn your clothes. I've seen Crystal Method and Jinx Monsoon and Bob the Drag Queen, Diabetes, etc. What is it like when they come to you and ask for a custom piece?
Oh, it is just the dream of dreams. I love what I do, and nothing is more rewarding than making the people who inspire me feel good and being able to give back to the people, especially during the pandemic. Like so many creatives, I was in such a rut. I'm used to being a really social person, having people come into my store, working with customers, doing fittings, and all of that dried up overnight. And my partner said to me, you have to design a new collection. I said, why? I'm sitting in my sweatpants in the basement. Like, why? And he said, because this is how we feed ourselves. You gotta work, baby. And he said, there has to be something you want to do. What do you want to do? And I said, I want to do that. I want to dress these people who are getting me through this moment. And he said, well, you've got a blue check mark, send some DMs. And I just started reaching out to my favorite entertainers and asking, could we collab on something? Could I take some of my trash and make you a look? And to my surprise and delight, they all said yes. And the avalanche of love and support that I've gotten for this has pushed me to innovate and create new motifs and designs and use materials I'm afraid of and things I've never thought I could do. And as someone who has always kind of struggled with balancing creative and commercial. It's a place where I really get to express myself. You know, for my main line for Zero Waste Daniel, for Zero Waste Daniel X Golden Girls, I want to make sure that things feel wearable and feel accessible. But when a drag queen calls, you better make sure it's not wearable. It's got to be the most out there thing you've ever seen. So a lot of times people will say, well, what do you do with the really tiny scraps? Or what are you going to do with this material? And I say, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to sell it to a drag queen, honey.
You make something for Evie Oddly, and then it's got, you know, it is fantastic. So where do you got to go to the website. All the pictures are there. And it's amazing. Where do you find, like, do you reach out to other people who create and say, are you dumpster diving Zero Waste Daniel?
That's how I started. You know, I knew a lot about this industry. I worked for other designers. I went to school for fashion design here in the city. So I was coming up through the ranks, and I was just fed up with going to the cutting room and seeing the dumpsters of fabric. So I started, you know, I always walk in the front door and ask nicely for what I want. And it's not my fault that the no word doesn't work for me. So when people said, no, I don't know if I could give that to you, or that feels weird, I just started walking right into the alleyways and dumpster diving. When I was in my mid and late 20s, I would just let myself into a factory and take all the trash I could get my hands on. And over the years, people have shared my story, followed my brand, and connected me with resources that now, whether it's a small designer or a recycling facility here in the city, I'm able to go and get material that is kind of falling out of the loop. Everyone's heard the phrase closed loop production. So what that means for us in the fashion industry right now is that the scraps are falling out of the loop. There's leftover materials that need to be used. And finally, my brand has become a resource for other small designers, other places that are getting rid of textiles, factories and cutting rooms. And I'm taking those things and piecing them back together and trying to keep them in the cycle.
I love it. I'm sold. I'm done. Zero Waste Daniel on Instagram, zerowastedaniel.com. And as we talk about the world and commercialism and all of the money and all of the material and the garbage in a very, you know, it's a fun chat, but in a serious way, our planet and what we do and what we waste, especially in this country. What you're doing is making things that would go and live in a landfill for the rest of their life and our life, and making it fashion and making it something with the couture feel, with the personalization, with you literally sewing and you guys all making these pieces together. I can't wait to wear one of your pieces and be out here in these streets. I'm for it.
Oh, thank you so much. And, you know, I love what you're doing. I love these conversations and hearing whether it's about art, design, Broadway, entertainment, theater. Like, this is my way of giving back to that community. And I love your way of giving back to that community. Thank you so much for what you do.
We have no show without amazing people like you that are out here and give us your time and energy. And it inspires me. Like the Queens were inspiring you during the pandemic. What you're doing inspires me. We got a lot of good, exciting things to keep on going, to keep on trucking. Yeah. So everybody, listen, watch the Golden Girls, stream all the episodes from the beginning to the end. The last one makes me cry. But
every time.
Whew, I can't handle it. But the 40th anniversary is out. It's streaming right now on Hulu. And then look at the store, people. Like I keep telling you, I love a short. Can I just talk about how much I love a short set?
Yes. And this one, when you go to the website, you'll see it says the Golden Girls Bowling Club on the back of the shirt, and it's embroidered with Dorothy's name on the front. And it's got these thrifted buttons that I found. So cute.
I may have worn a short suit the other day, and people said, where did I get it? And I can't tell you where I got it, Zero Waste Daniel, because it's from a app that's very cheap. And
that's okay. You know, you got to meet people where they're at and try and give them an option for the future, right? We all want to look good. It's not our fault that we live in today's world, but we can all expand our minds, expand our wardrobes, and, you know, maybe do a little better next time.
Yeah, I love a little high-low moment. So I'm, you know, and sometimes, no, he's never on Teen Move. But besides the point of it is Are you a Dorothy, a Sophia, a Rose, or a Blanche?
Well, I would tell you the Golden Girls are like astrology to me. So I am a Dorothy with a Blanche rising and a Sophia moon.
I love that. That's perfect.
What
I
about
love
you?
it. That's so funny because Margaret Cho said on the show that divas are astrology. So she said
Yes.
that she's a Celine rising and an
Mm.
Adele. But I love that. And I love that I am a Rose.
Oh, yes, I see that. And you
I'm,
have the beautiful blue eyes to match.
it's that I'm from St. Olaf as well. I am a Rose, but I do feel connected to I would say Dorothy Rising.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a part of me that wants to go to bed and I'm a little bit of a stick in the mud, but
Right.
that's it. I
Yeah,
love Go ahead.
my partner always says I'm no nonsense, so I have to be a Dorothy.
Mine is definitely a Sophia. He has a mouth for days, and that's so we love this. Go get your pieces, and then enjoy the show. Thank you so much. Please come back with the next collection and all the surprises you got. Whenever
Oh, I will.
My show is your show.
Oh, thank you. And next time you're in New York, don't be a stranger. Thank you for being a
coming.
friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.